Auto Glass Perfection is locally owned and operated and a proud sponsor of the Arizona Lacrosse League. For over 15 years, Auto Glass Perfection's passion is glass. Their focus is on your satisfaction and safety. Call 602-953-7876, or you can go to their website for more at agperfection.com. APN Video Sports welcomes you in to Carl Kiefer Stadium on the campus of Mountain Pointe High School as the Mountain Pointe Pride undefeated at 3-0, taking on the Tucson-based Salpointe Lancers. It's our Arizona Lacrosse League Game of the Week, and I'm Jeff Lowry with APN Sports. APNvideo.com is our website, and what should be one of the great early season matchups on our Game of the Week Encore Gamecast. You get a look at the team captains out there. The Pride, led by a very senior-laden team this year. They've got a lot of outstanding talent. Elijah Johnson and Christian Yonsando Sumter, just to name a couple. As you get a look at Larry Noble, the longest tenured head coach in the Arizona Lacrosse League, talking to one of his stars, Xavier Valderrama. Larry in his 13th season with the Mountain Pointe Pride. On the other side, first-year head coach Mike Kapp leading a team. He's got to play some underclassmen. We'll see probably 2, maybe 3 freshmen getting a lot of playing time here tonight. And they are led by the defensive prowess of 33, Reed Sinclair. He is an animal out there, and maybe equal to the task is Pablo Cueva, who's wearing number 19. He normally wears number 18. And one of the other leaders on the offense, midfielder Matt Gerlach. And we mentioned first-year head coach Michael Kapp. So we'll be back with all the play-by-play action on APN. It's Salpointe visiting Mountain Pointe. The excitement of Arizona high school lacrosse is addictive. The Arizona Lacrosse League invites you to watch, support, and play lacrosse. It's one of the fastest growing sports, and the action and excitement will keep you coming back. To join a team in your area or to find out about a game in your area, go to ArizonaLacrosseLeague.com. Back here at Kiefer Stadium, Mountain Pointe High School, we had a chance to talk to a couple of players from both teams about their squads this year.
We're just really fast, athletic. We're trying to go after and just try to make a statement and be out there with the top dogs and get to playoffs and hopefully get that championship ring with everybody else, just like everybody else's dreams.
We're just a heavy senior team right now, but we have all of us have a heavy experience going to the playoffs last year, and this year we're just trying to make it a run, trying to get there. Hopefully get that ring this year.
What's some of the strengths of this year's team?
Seniors, obviously, like we have the experience and everything. But then our defense has stepped up and they've gotten much better. Our attack is a bunch of fast lefties, righties, everything. We got everything this year.
Yeah, we're just real fast, real strong team, athletic, and we just like playing hard, and that's what we do.
You know much about this Salpointe team?
No, not very much. We try to watch a little bit of tape from the last game that they played against Shap, but we just try to pick up a little bit of keys in here and there to help us out.
I know you guys have played just one game, but can you tell us a little bit about your team this year?
Yeah, I mean, we're coming off of a pretty good season from last year. We've worked really hard, and I mean, we lost Chaparral last week, but we're looking to get back in it, and I mean, we're not going to let that one loss get to us.
Mm-hmm. You got a new coach this year.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about the experience with him.
It's a different animal. I mean, we've become a lot more of a skilled team, and I mean, we have the athletes like Kevin that, we go out there and with the skills, it just makes us so much better.
What is some of the strengths of the team? What do you think will be some of the areas of the game that will be your strong points?
I think that we really have physicality and speed on our side because we're really versatile when it comes to our attackmen like Teddy and Jake and Kevin Balzarak, and so it really creates a lot of opportunities when we're going down passing lanes and just looking for opportunities to get the shot.
I think our defense too. I mean, we have Chris Sullivan leading it. He's going to Denver, and just having him as a leader, and Reed Sinclair and Pablo Cueva, Gabe Escobedo. I mean, it's just incredible. Our defense is I think we have one of the best defenses in the state, which is awesome.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. We're getting set for the opening face-off. Salpointe in the all-white uniforms. Obviously, Mountain Pointe in the dark tops, white shorts. Larry Noble, the head coach of Mountain Pointe, coming off an 11-5 season as they send Sam Zillis, into goal. And the freshman Gabe Keller getting the start here for Salpointe. The two facing off, one of the best, Chris Sullivan, number 11. And going up against a tough competitor, Lucas Kaiser. So this should be a good face-off matchup here as we get set to start the third game of our Arizona Lacrosse League Encore Gamecast. And they battle for the opening face-off out of the face-off X. The scrum continues, and who will get the possession here as Sullivan gives chase. And he's going to be challenged along the near side of the field, and both teams now finally, Salpointe corrals it, and this game is underway. And they're led by Matt Gerlach, number 23, who gives it up to one of the players that should be one of the top scorers here in 2015, and number 22, Shane Crownhart. And now Sullivan, Teddy Sullivan, working out of X. He might be looking for a backdoor cut here, doesn't get it, puts a head fake on, and now looking, gets it out front. Here's Crownhart. And Crownhart moving to his left. Of course, we mentioned Mountain Pointe coming in with a record of 3 wins, no losses. They've had victories over Chandler, West Valley, and a 12-9 victory over Notre Dame last week. Sullivan will throw this one away, and scooped up by Salpointe, but running out of real estate on the far side was Kevin Balsarac, and it will be a Mountain Pointe possession. Mountain Pointe has never beaten the Salpointe Lancers in the history of the Arizona Lacrosse League. Salpointe coming off a 10-6 season under the head coach of Kevin Krieger last year. New head coach Mike Kapp, who is also the head women's lacrosse coach at the University of Arizona, takes over a 10-6 team, and they come in with a record of 0-1. They lost 10-4 on the 3rd of March at the hands of the Chaparral Firebirds. So a nice dodge, and the freshman Gabe Keller with an outstanding save. A tremendous play by the freshman, who's going to have to step up here big in place of normally Nick Lyons, the senior goalie, who did not get the start here today. And an outstanding ball there by Sullivan, and get it over to one of the guys that knows how to score in Shane Crownhart. It is a scoreless tie. We're in the first. Incidentally, Salpointe's next game will be coming up on Monday over at Arcadia High School. Good defense there as Biaggi tries to battle, and the ground ball is picked up by the Mountain Pointe Pride and Frank Machinsky, who's one of their top players, an outstanding wide receiver for Coach Norris Vaughn and the Mountain Pointe Pride. No score, first quarter action. Good defense, Sinclair, he battles, forces the left-handed shot. Nice attempt there by the Mountain Pointe Pride, and getting the start, Christian Yonseno Sumter, who normally wears 56. He's wearing number 40 here today. This ball will find the seats over there on the far side. Crownhart will restart it for the Salpointe Lancers in a scoreless tie here in the first quarter. Arizona Lacrosse League action, and an outstanding job with the poke stick, the outstanding cross check there, and Machinsky once again coming up with a big-time ground ball after applying the great defense on truly one of the tough competitors in Shane Crownhart. No score here in the first. And now going to work is Brendan Rice. He's a left-hander, and he shoots with the dominant hand and blows it by the freshman goalie, and the first score of the game belongs to the Pride of Mountain Pointe. They lead it 1-0 here at the 8:43 mark here in the first.
8:43.
A blistering shot by the left-hander Brendan Rice. So it'll be Chris Sullivan battling once again with Lucas Kaiser. Salpointe did not win the opening faceoff, but they did get a possession off the faceoff, and now Mountain Pointe wins this one cleanly. Nice job on the ground ball, Stefan Tesh, who leads the Mountain Pointe Pride in ground balls this year with 34 coming in. Salpointe only their second game of the year. Mountain Point playing in their fourth. They're undefeated coming in 3-0. Larry Noble, their head coach. One of the longtime great head coaches in the state of Arizona. He is the longest tenured coach of the Arizona Lacrosse League. Here's a nice dodge after some tight defense. He was able to get that shot off, but Gabe Keller standing in there like a seasoned veteran, only a freshman goalie here for Salpointe. And a nice clear up ahead by Reed Sinclair. They get it into the offensive half. Biaggi out front, and that one gets by the goalie, and another freshman making an impact in such a big early season game, and that ties it up. Talking about Jake Gates getting the assist from Thomas Biaggi. 7:34 left to go here in the opening quarter, and we're tied at 1. Boy, an outstanding pass, and then Gates with the big right hand, the freshman. Face-off win, Mountain Point. So 2 for them, 1 for Salpointe. Pass goes back of X. Lost temporarily. Salpointe getting in there and battling 46 Tommy Sayer, but coming out of the fray was Reed Sinclair. Tremendous job. Leads it up ahead to Tyler Hartman, but he lost it. And now Mountain Point with a chance maybe to get a good dodge here. Put it into the box as they set up their offense. A deliberate, slow-down kind of offense is what Larry Noble is known for with this team, last year's team especially. They'll run more of a deliberate offense in which they'll settle into that 6-on-6 any chance. They're not a team that is going to really push the issue. They want to work for that good shot like here, but the good crease defense was right there in Tommy Sayer. Reed Sinclair out in the front. Good slide. Salpointe will have to drop back and mark up their man on defense as Mountain Point has it. And going to work is Balderrama, and he is found the promised land with 6:39 left to play here, and the Pride lead it 2-1. An impressive, unassisted goal there by Xavier Balderrama, his 5th goal of the season. And the Pride, for the second time, has the lead. So we've had a tie. We've had one lead change in this game. In what should be a great matchup between, I think, at least on paper, 2 fairly evenly matched teams. Salpointe coming in here. They got 4 freshmen that will get some valuable playing time, especially when you're talking about Jake Gates and their freshman goalkeeper, Gabe Keller. So Salpointe on the road here in Ahwatukee, suburb of the Phoenix area. This is all considered Phoenix, Arizona, part of it Tempe. Here's a shot, big right hand by Biaggi. He had it broken up before it got to the crease. That's just some fine defense out there. You got to like Stephen Tesh, one of the unsung heroes of this Mountain Point Pride team. And he was the one that challenged that big right hand from number 9, Thomas Biaggi. Salpointe in the white, trailing 2-1 here. We're in the first quarter. Inside of 6 minutes left to play, and now Crownhart going to work, moving right. Looks for Sullivan out of X. The backdoor pass, and he had the freshman there in the crease, but it was intercepted, and here come the Pride of Mountain Point. They've done a great job so far on the defensive side, limiting this Salpointe team to just 1 goal through the first half quarter of play. And now Salpointe will get it on the restart, and here is Teddy Sullivan, who looks to be going to Denver along with his brother Chris Sullivan. Now Biaggi over to Crownhart. Crownhart wants to set it up. Watch number 10, Kevin Campbell. We talked to him at the top of the broadcast. This young man right here brings a lot of athleticism to the Salpointe Lancer team. Good speed, good strength, good hands. Salpointe almost, you get the feeling they have the same mindset offensively that Mountain Point has. They're settling in on that 6-on-6 and that patient offense, looking for that good shot. Now number 10, Kevin Campbell. He has to give it off to Balsarac. Balsarac had a goal in last week's game in that loss to Chaparral, but they turn it over here. But instead, as the Pride had it, they turn it right back over. We're going to get a timeout here by Salpointe. A 2-1 lead for the home team, the Mountain Point Pride. Getting a look at first-year head coach Mike Kapp, hoping to lead his team to deep in the playoffs this year. So too is Larry Noble, who actually was the head coach here at Mountain Point back in 2003. A couple of years ago, he stepped down as head coach, went down to the lower levels, spent 3 years trying to develop the lower levels, and now he's back as head coach. And a lot of these guys are young players that he has brought in here for the Mountain Point Pride to come out here in the dark uniforms with the white shorts. Salpointe trying to equalize here in the first quarter as they trail it 2-1. Get Biaggi out front. Here's the big right, and a nice save there by Sam. He had to go top shelf to haul that one in. And the lead remains at 1. 2-1 here. Pride, and a great lead pass up ahead to Elijah Johnson, who lost it, but the Pride get a big ground ball and keep it alive. Elijah Rallison, 42, had it. An unsettled ball at midfield, and watch 99 for Salpointe. I think I misspoke in the opening. I said Pablo Cueva is normally 18. He's 19 tonight. He's actually 99. And here's a turnover as the Pride on an outstanding clear, and they got the numbers leading 2-1 and make it 3-1. Well, literally going coast to coast was Frank Machensky, and his score makes it a 3-1 game. So 3 different scores. Rice, Balderrama, and Machensky all scoring here for the Mountain Point Pride, and they lead at 3-1, the largest lead of the contest of 2. So an outstanding, and it all starts with getting that first ground ball. That was coming off a turnover by Salpointe, and Frank just took it the length of the field. You saw the outstanding speed, in which made him an all-region wide receiver for the Mountain Point Pride football team this past year. So Machensky gets his 3rd goal of the year. He has 8 points in total, and he's now up near 20 ground balls. Mountain Point in possession here. Dark Tops leading 3-1, first quarter action. Arizona Lacrosse League Encore Game Cast presented by APN Sports. Backing in, looking, tried to shovel that one to a teammate in the crease. Like he was trying to hit one of his teammates who was set up just, almost looked like he was in the crease, but instead it's going to be Salpointe possession. 33, Reed Sinclair. He's going to have a big game here defensively if Salpointe looks to win on the road. And now Campbell trying to get his team back to within a 1-possession ball game. .15 checking in, Josh Slosser. Salpointe down by 2. And again, they are showing that good patient offense here in this early stages. Working for the good shot. Now Salpointe out of X. Here's the dodge and the give, and he had a man home. Matt Gerlach was out in front of the crease. Outstanding save, and that'll save the possession. A heads-up play by Jake Gates. So the freshman, Jake Gates, comes up with a big ground ball on the great save. I believe that was Kevin Campbell. Kevin now starts to dodge. He's picked up there defensively by Yanceto. Still has it, still in possession, swims through the defense, takes the shot, can't get it to go. Here's a loose ball picked up on the other side, and the shot on is saved by Sam Zillis. A 3rd try for the Salpointe Lancers. That time the big left hand by number 17, Teddy Sullivan, the sophomore. And now the ball nearly picked off as the Pride try to clear it out of their own half. Mountain Point leads at 3-1 here in the first quarter. Tenacious, swarming defense. Matt Gerlach did a great job, but somehow the Pride come out of it. Now Yanceto trying to make it a 4-1 ball game. He had it knocked away. Matt Gerlach from behind, and a huge ground ball, Tommy Sayer. Now Salpointe on the offense. Here's Sullivan going to work. Gets the pass, and right of the crease, it's Kevin Balserac. From Sullivan, his first assist of the day. And the score now with 12 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. It is Mountain Point 3, Salpointe 2. What a play by 17, Teddy Sullivan. Now the face-off. As time is running out here in quarter number 1. And that will do it here in the first quarter. With the Mountain Point Pride leading Salpointe 3-2. We'll be back on APN in just a moment. Auto Glass Perfection is locally owned and operated and a proud sponsor of the Arizona Lacrosse League. For over 15 years, Auto Glass Perfection's passion is glass. Their focus is on your satisfaction and safety. Call 602-953-7876, or you can go to their website for more at agperfection.com.
Salpointe 2.
You look at Larry Noble, the head coach of the Mountain Point Pride. We got a good one brewing here in Ahwatukee at Mountain Point High School, Kiefer Stadium. Mountain Point 3, Salpointe 2. 5 different players scored in that first quarter, and we're getting set for yet another face-off here. And it looks like the Mountain Point Pride is going to corral this one. This is Stefan Tesh. And it's stripped away, and here comes Salpointe trying to equalize, and they promptly throw it away in their offensive half. Michael Whiteside will reset it. Looks to clear it up ahead. Ball comes loose. Intended receiver was Ramirez, but another big ground ball by Salpointe, but a whistle will stop in play here.
Push.
And this is going to bring it back over on a push by Mountain Point. Mountain Point has it. Looking to go up 4-2. What a job by the freshman at point-blank range. He was challenged by Elijah Johnson, who is coming off a 5-goal game, and the Pride's win 12-9 over Notre Dame on Friday night. And what a job by Gabe Keller. And now swimming through the defense and dodging and scoring is Kevin Campbell, the 6th different player to score. And this game is tied at the 11:53 mark here in quarter number 2. Scooped up there. Who wants this face-off victory? And it looks like it's going to be Salpointe. Salpointe's done a great job on ground ball. Well, both teams are doing a pretty decent job. You look at those first ground balls. This will be Salpointe possession. Good effort there by Kevin Balserac going up against Stefan Tesh. Well, we told you the next game for Salpointe will be Monday. They're going to be taking on nationally, traditionally, and perennially, annually ranked Lawrenceville out of New Jersey, who comes in here year in and year out to play lacrosse against Arizona high school teams. Salpointe looking to take their first lead of the contest. They trailed 1-0. They trailed as much as 3-1, but have scored the last 2 goals in this game. That game will be played, by the way, Monday night at 7 p.m. at Arcadia High School, while the next game for Mountain Point will be versus Glendale. As we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Mountain Point coming off an 11-5 season a year ago. Salpointe was 10-6, but Salpointe went to the semifinals. And Mountain Point has never beaten the team from Tucson. Salpointe coming out in the all-white uniforms with the burgundy trim. Mountain Point in the dark tops. Brendan Rice. Well, you might have been shaken up on that last check there by the defense. Mountain Point would love to regain the lead here as we are approaching the 9-minute mark here in quarter number 2. Balderrama, who has one of the scores already in this game. Rice, Balderrama, and Machensky, the 3 who have scored for Mountain Point. Salpointe's goals have come from Balsarac as the flag is down. And I believe this is going to go against Salpointe and number 40, not 52. This is going to go against number 40 for a trip. That's a 1-minute infraction. And that's check that, number 40 for Gabe Escobedo, one of the top defenders on this Salpointe Lancers team. So a man-up situation here. First time in the game. That's the first penalty. And now the Pride has somebody out in front, and Keller rising to the occasion with a tremendous save. Outstanding job. Salpointe. And they get the score. Mountain Point strikes. And it's Elijah Johnson. And the Pride regain the lead at 4-3. So that is the second lead change that we have had here today. So now the scoring, recapping the scoring, Mountain Point, Rice, Balderrama, and Machensky, along with Johnson. So 4 different players have scored in this game. Salpointe has had goals from their freshman Gates, also Balsarac and Campbell. 4-3 lead Mountain Point. 8.5 left to go here in the first half. Sullivan, the sophomore, heading to Denver most likely, gets it out top, and the big right hand denied Kevin Campbell. So nice job by the goalie turning that shot away. They'll try to tie it again. Loose ball picked up. Not a bad looking pass, but there was a lot of good crease defense there by the Mountain Point Pride. Campbell trying to split dodge him, but bounces back out, and he'll set it back up again for Salpointe. We trail it 4-3. Inside of 8 minutes left to go here. We don't have an official's clock. We don't have the scoreboard active here, so these are estimations. Big left. And the score, Teddy Sullivan.
Score, Salpointe Lancers, number 17.
Sullivan has a point and an assist here tonight, and that ties it up at 4 apiece. That is the third tie that we have had here. We have had 2 lead changes. And a 4-4 tie halfway through quarter number 2. And we got a trip here. Wave that off. And the possession belongs to Salpointe. And a nice save. Both these goalies have made some nice saves in this game. 4-4 tie here. We're in quarter number 2. And a nice job there. Nice clear by the Mountain Point Pride, led by A.J. Wirtz. One of those outstanding crease defenders here for Larry Noble's Mountain Point Pride. So of the 8 points scored so far, not one player has 2. So balanced scoring. Machensky works it out to Yansetto Sumter. And again, here's that possession style offense that really, I think both teams could name a claim to. The Pride just not going to force the issue here on the offense. Christian going to work. Sometimes maybe too much passing can create a turnover. But then they work a good shot like this, and another great save. Gabe Keller, the freshman goalie for the Salpointe Lancers. Boy, I'll tell you, Mike Cap's got to be all smiles over there on the bench, the head coach of the Salpointe Lancers. Here's the swim move, and corralled by Keller. Salpointe possession, and the quick whistle on the restart, which has really sped up this game since they started doing that a couple of years ago. Now Biaggi. He'll work it into the offensive half of the Salpointe Lancers. Second quarter action, we're in a 4-4 tie. Mountain Pointe got out to a 1-0 lead, a 3-1 lead. We've seen 2 ties. Salpointe tied it at 3, again tied it at 4. Just a moment ago on a big play by Sullivan. Salpointe has yet to lead in this game. Fine play there on the stick check and the ground ball by Chris Sullivan. And he made that look so easy. And folks, with the long stick, for those of you who are not all that familiar with this game, but the long stick, very difficult to pick up a ground ball as Campbell comes all the way down. Outstanding ride and almost got that one to go. We're going to get a non-releasable unsportsmanlike conduct. I believe this is going to go against, is this against the Pride? So this is going against the Pride, and it looks like Brendan Rice is going to be called for unnecessary roughness. And now the big right hand by one of the top scorers, and Shane Crownhart is on the board. And for the first time this evening, the Salpointe Lancers at the 4:15 mark here in the second quarter lead it 5-4. Third lead change to go along with our 3 ties. And Shane Crownhart scoring for the first time here tonight with 4:15 left to play in the first half. And by the way, great play there by Pablo Cueva on the great ground ball.
Good job, Pablo.
Now remember, that was an unreleasable penalty on the Salpointe Lancers, or check that on Mountain Pointe. Crownhart again, and it hit the crossbar. And caroms all the way up to midfield where it goes out of play, and it will be Mountain Pointe possession. That's Balderrama. So that was the first man-up goal of the evening, Crownhart's goal, to give Salpointe a 5-4 lead, their first lead of the contest. Approaching the 3-minute mark here in quarter number 2. Salpointe, visiting team out of Tucson. They lead it by a score of 5-4. Mountain Pointe settling in, as we said, that possession-style offense. Balderrama looking for the big right. He has already scored, and Keller comes up with a save as Xavier hits the ground, and he's writhing in pain. He took a shot after taking that right-handed shot. He had his 5th goal earlier to give Mountain Pointe a 2-1 lead back at the 6:39 mark, and it looks like it might be the right knee or the right ankle that's giving him trouble. So there was a penalty on the play going against Salpointe's Gabe Escobedo, his second penalty of the day. He's had 1 for tripping and 1 for unnecessary roughness, and this is a 2-minute penalty. 2 minutes, and I believe that's an unreleasable penalty. And Mountain Pointe committed one of those cardinal sins when you're a man up and throwing that one away. That's something they don't normally, you would not see this kind of offense do. And so Salpointe just kind of wisely there sends that one the length of the field, forcing Mountain Pointe to come back the length of the field the other way. But they get a good long lead pass here and quickly get it into the offensive half. 5-4 lead, Salpointe in the white. Mountain Pointe playing in a man-up situation. They'll take the big right hand. And Machinsky has his second goal of the contest. We are tied. This is our 4th tie of the contest. Second man-up goal of the game, 1 for each team as they face off. Face-offs have been fairly close here today. And a 5-5 tie. We're in the second quarter. We approach the 2-minute mark here in quarter number 2. And Christian Young Santos Sumter, who has spent a total of 3 minutes in the box, 1 for tripping and an unnecessary roughness. And we are tied at 5 apiece as Frank Machinsky scores his 4th goal of the season. for the Mountain Point Pride to tie it up. 1.5 minutes left to go here in the first half. Jeff Lowry with you, our Arizona Lacrosse League Game of the Week. Glad you could join us on an absolutely gorgeous night for Arizona Lacrosse. Left-handed shot, Christian Yansanto, and it's out of play. Mountain Point will get it on the restart. Work it around. Inside a minute left to go. We're going to get a timeout. I think Larry Noble sensed that his team was in a little bit of confusion or maybe just out of funk there. So here we go on the restart. Inside a minute left to play, estimated time. Pride will attack from the wing. And now Yansanto Sumter tries to swim through a split dodge and had it broken up. Salpointe had the ground ball. For a moment, that was Matt Gerlach. And the unsettled ball finally corralled by the Mountain Point Pride. 5-5 tie, closing seconds of the first half. Our game today brought to you by Auto Glass Perfection. Here's the nice-looking pass and the wide-open shot, and getting some space and time was number 9, Aaron Ramirez for the Mountain Point Pride. They'll get it on the restart. Here's a quick spin shot. And that one sailed over the pipes. And right now, I think pulling a hamstring for the Salpointe Lancers, it sure looked like it, Tommy Sayer. It looked like maybe the left hamstring. Let's see if they try to stretch that out. There's not a whole lot you can do. Good sportsmanship there by his competitor on the other side, Elijah Johnson. So they take care of him. Elijah Johnson, who had 5 goals in last week's game, looking to dodge here. And that's a tough competitor who marked him up defensively. That Reed Sinclair, 33 for Salpointe. Now Mountain Point looking to take the lead, and Keller scooped that one out of the crease and gets another save. Nice looking shot as Stefan Tesh went bottom shelf. Mountain Point on the restart. Here's the dodge out of X. And again, strong defense by Sinclair, who somehow came up with a ground ball. Lead it up ahead. Esposito, and that is going to be
And that's the Lancers leading 5.
the end of the first half. What the score? Lancers 5, Mountain Point Pride 5. Second half coming up. Auto Glass Perfection is locally owned and operated and a proud sponsor of the Arizona Lacrosse League. For over 15 years, Auto Glass Perfection's passion is glass. Their focus is on your satisfaction and safety. Call 602-953-7876, or you can go to their website for more at agperfection.com. Getting set to start the third quarter of this game between Salpointe and Mountain Point, and boy, what a good one so far. A 5-5 tie as the face-off out of the face-off X. And boy, they have just continued to battle here, and a nice effort by Escobedo, but it's going to be the Pride that will get the possession off the opening face-off to start the second half. A 5-5 tie. We have seen 9 different players find the back of the crease. And the only player to have a 2-score game was Frank Machensky of Mountain Point, and he has 2. There were 3 man-up goals in that first half, 2 by Mountain Point and 1 by Salpointe. So a 5-5 tie and a great look out front. Good crease protection there by the Salpointe defense. And really a play there that Mountain Point on that patient possession style offense got a good looking shot. Keller again, the freshman, in goal for Salpointe, and another outstanding save to preserve a 5-5 tie here in the third quarter. Sinclair battling, trying to slice his way through this midfield defense. And another great defensive play and a great run there by Reed Sinclair. Get it over to Biaggi. 5-5 tie. You're watching the 2015 Arizona Lacrosse League here on APN. So this is going to be an offsides here at the 10:45 mark. 30-second infraction and a man-up situation for Salpointe. Salpointe has already scored once out of the man-up situation. As we mentioned just a moment ago, Mountain Point has done it twice. Salpointe looking for a goal here. Sam gets that stick there. He gets the head of the cross and deflects it out of play. Salpointe on the restart in possession. 5-5 tie. Crown Heart, who has one of the 5 goals here for Salpointe, starts to dodge. Looks inside. Has a man on the right side. He found the freshman. There was no slide. And Salpointe has just their second lead of the contest. That is the 4th lead change of this ball game, if you can believe it. We've had 4 ties and 4 lead changes, and that is the kind of game you are watching right here on APN Video Sports. So Salpointe gets the second face-off of this second half. They get the victory there. You saw Kevin Campbell, who has one of the 6 Salpointe goals here, come up with the big ground ball off the face-off, and now Salpointe with a chance to add on to a 1-point lead. Their largest lead has been 1. Mountain Point at one time, all the way back in the first quarter, led by 2 at 3-1. So 2 is the largest lead. After the game went to 3-1 Mountain Point, they scored on a Machensky score with 3:06 left to go in the first. Salpointe came right back, made it 3-2, 3-3, and then it's been back and forth ever since. We've had 4 ties, we've had 4 lead changes, and here in the third quarter, early stages of the third quarter, I should say, the second half, Salpointe leads it 6-5. And they have had some really outstanding goalie play out of their freshmen Gabe Keller, and Jake Gates has had 2 goals, one of the other freshmen on this Salpointe team. Outstanding ground ball there by the Pride, and then Sullivan comes up and de-sticks the player, and he's somehow able to pick it up anyway, and then he promptly throws it away. Boy, what a job by Sullivan, but it was unbelievable that Mountain Point was able to get the ground ball after being de-sticked by the senior of this Salpointe team, and Albiaggi being harassed there defensively by Elijah Rallison. Shot at close range, right of the crease, and it was denied. It was broken up before it got to the cage, and now the Pride will try to clear it. Rittenhouse, also one of the football players that 2 sports star for this Mountain Point Pride team, led by Larry Noble, Mike Kapp in his first season with the Lancers. Lancers coming off a semifinal appearance last year, a game in which they lost to finish the season at 10-6. Mountain Point 11-5 a year ago, and another outstanding job by Reed Sinclair, number 33 on the defense of the Salpointe Lancers. Nice lead up ahead, and here's Crown Heart going to work right of the crease, attacking from the wing, and he's got it. Crown Heart scores his second of the evening.
Score number 22.
Gates and Crown Heart with 2 goals here. Machensky for Mountain Point, and it's 7-5 Salpointe with 7:34 left to play here in the third period. Excellent win there off the face-off. Mountain Point has won 2 of the 3 face-offs to start the second half. And, of course, Stefan Tesh, one of their top players, leads the team in ground balls. Here's the Pride trying to cut into a 2-goal lead, and that one was broken up. So Gabe Keller in goal, the freshman, and Max Manka, 52, is the one that I think actually got the stick on that last shot attempt by the Pride. Here's the Pride dodging straight down the middle, and it's a hat trick for Frank Machinsky.
Score for the Mountain Point Pride, number 13, Frank Machinsky.
That cuts it to a 1-point deficit. And on the play, we got a personal foul going against Salpointe. An unnecessary roughness, so with 6:54 left to go here in the third quarter. Check that, 7:04 left to go here in the third quarter. A 1-point game here as the Pride in possession as they settle in on a 6-on-5. Good backdoor pass, and they've tied it up. What a job that time. It was Tesh.
Score for
He got a great pass from X, and it's a 7-7 tie with 6:44 left to go here in the third period. That is our 5th tie of the game. Salpointe with their second win out of face-off, tied at 2 in the second half, and they result in a score by Josh Slosser.
score, number 15.
He takes the ground ball off the face-off, and he goes unabated right of the crease, came up with the big left hand, and scores it in another lead change. 5 ties, 5 lead changes. And another face-off win here, 2 in a row for the Salpointe Lancers. And now they challenge the ball with Kevin Campbell, Frank Machinsky, and Campbell, 2 outstanding athletes going head-to-head. I think this is Salpointe possession. It is. Biaggi will restart it over to Sullivan. Sullivan gets a support pass back from the freshman Gates, and now he'll work out of X. 8-7 lead in favor of Salpointe. Slosser scoring at the 6:40 mark. Boy, Sullivan playing very unselfish here, trying to find that open man more times than not. He has 1 assist. He has scored only 1 goal. One of the highly touted underclassmen in the state of Arizona. And Teddy Sullivan, number 17 for Salpointe, as Mountain Point tries to get the ground ball, but they don't. And here come the Lancers. Outstanding job on the ground ball, Basarak. And he had it stripped away. Tremendous job, A.J. Wirtz for the Mountain Point Pride, and they try to clear it with Yanceto Sumter. Sumter did a good job of getting that ball in the box, even though Thomas Biaggi tried to prevent him from doing so. And now the Pride will settle in on their 6-on-6. Tried to split dodge those 2 defenders. Comes around one of them. Pulls the left hand trigger. Oh, he got it to go.
Shot and score by number 43, Christian Yanceto.
So Sumter scoring. And that is his first goal of the day. And yes, we are tied again at 8 apiece. And the Pride come right out. They win the face-off and take the shot. And Gabe Keller with the clear. The outstanding freshman goalie here. 8-8 tie, and now the Lancers, who have had an answer virtually every time Mountain Point has scored. Teddy Sullivan decides to regroup and restart, and they'll send it out top. Josh Slosser back over to Crownhard, who has 2 goals here tonight. Slosser, who scored the last goal for Salpointe. Here's Sullivan.
That's it, Josh. Good job, buddy.
Sullivan being marked up, and he takes the left-handed shot, and that is denied by Sam Zealous. That was a tremendous save by the Pride goalie at point-blank range. Now Crownhard going to work. Goes bottom shelf way outside and gets it to go.
22, the Salpointe Lancers.
So Shane Crownhard, his 3rd goal, a hat trick, and it's 9-8, and our 6th lead change of this ball game, and all smiles by the head coach, the first-year head coach of the Salpointe Lancers, the University of Arizona's women lacrosse coach, M. Mike Kapp.
Hey, baby, time out!
Another face-off, and let's see who's going to come up with this one. They continue to battle. The scrum begins, and we're going to get a whistle, even though it was Campbell who got in there and corralled the ground ball. It is going to be a Salpointe win. So Salpointe gets the win off face-off. They're 4th out of 7 here in the second half. Campbell being pushed out of the offensive zone and now trying to get it into the box. And he'll give it up to Biaggi. He'll catch his breath. He'll live to play another game or another play, and now they'll work it around, settling in on their 6-on-6. 9-8 ball game, visiting Salpointe out of Tucson. They have a 1-goal lead here. Frank Machinsky, a great job on defense. Max Manka, the freshman, getting pushed out of bounds, but Salpointe still in possession, and it's intercepted, and it's Wirtz again. Boy, A.J. Wirtz has made several big plays here in this second half, but the Pride is going to end up turning it over. And Sinclair will send it long for Salpointe. Good clear. And here's the freshman.
That's a good shot, Max.
So Max getting it into the box. Biaggi. Max Manka, 52. Boy, the freshmen have all made some major contributions here tonight for the Michael Cap Lancers. Biaggi trying to create, and he had the freshman out in front. Threw it away, and now Crownhart will corral it. Good backup by Shane Crownhart. I believe is a senior. We didn't get the years. Was not listed on the rosters coming in. Crownhart, one of the leaders, number 22. He has scored 3 here tonight, looking for a 4th. He'll be picked up there defensively by Rittenhouse. Over to the freshman. Trying to swim through the defense. That's solid defense, and then may have been a little premature on the pass. Throws it away. Mountain Point Pride with the possession here. Third quarter action. Coming up on that 1-minute mark. Pride looking to equalize before we go to the fourth quarter. Shane got number 48, did a nice job there getting that ball into the box. He was running up on the 22nd time limit. And now the Pride will attack. And they'll attack from that left side. Pride's numbers a little tough to pick up, especially when they get over there on the far side. And that's Christian with the ball. He's put the ball into between the pipes a couple of times. Great look out front, and with 47 seconds left to go here in the third, they have scored. And an injured player out front on the assist was Shane Jazuski, the defensive midfielder, finding Balderrama. We're tied at 9, our 7th tie of the ball game, if you can believe it. 9-9 tie with 40 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. And it's finally won the face-off by Lucas Kaiser. So the two teams, and it's only appropriate that both these teams have split the face-off possession or the face-off wins here in the second half at 4 apiece. Final seconds of quarter number 3. We're tied at 9. Salpointe in the white, Mountain Point in the dark. Uniforms out of X. Brendan Rice, who scored the game's first goal back in quarter number 1. Good look there. Oh, what an effort by Tesh. And that is the end of the third period. We head to the fourth. Salpointe 9, Mountain Point likewise. Reserve your next sporting event today with APN Video Sports. Call 623-936-5585 or go to our website at apnvideo.com. Our athlete recruitment films have paved the way to over $35 million in scholarship offers. APN is Arizona's leader in sports video coverage. Auto Glass Glass Perfection is locally owned and operated and a proud sponsor of the Arizona Lacrosse League. For over 15 years, Auto Glass Perfection's passion is glass. Their focus is on your satisfaction and safety. Call 602-953-7876, or you can go to their website for more at agperfection.com. You're watching the 2015 Arizona Lacrosse League Game of the Week on APM Video Sports. Jeff Lowry back here from Carl Kiefer Stadium. We're on the campus of Mountain Pointe High School in a 9-9 tie. We have seen a total of 6 lead changes and 7 ties. And the face-offs here in the second half alone tied at 4 apiece. Both teams have done a great job in first attempt ground balls, and the face-off win belongs to Mountain Pointe here to start the second half. But as they have done many times here, they have actually turned the ball over. They've had quite a few unforced turnovers in this game, and that could really come back to haunt the Pride here in the second half as we start the fourth quarter. Our next Encore Gamecast will be early next week. It'll be a game played actually on Saturday. It should be up on the Arizona Lacrosse League website or apmvideo.com on Monday night. And that'll be the game between the Sabino SaberCats, who started last year 11-0. And Chuck Rulin's team will be venturing over towards Desert Vista High School to take on the Dan Lannon Thunder, as Salpointe and Crown Heart has scored again. That is his 4th goal of the evening, and he just continues to be impressive. Unassisted goal coming just some 23 seconds into the fourth quarter, and it is a 10-9 ball game and another lead change, our 7. 7 ties, 7 lead changes. Mountain Pointe wins their second face-off possession here to start the fourth quarter. They have a slight advantage here in the second half with 6 face-off wins next to Salpointe's 4. But it's Salpointe who has the advantage at 10-9. Fourth quarter action, we're approaching the 11-minute mark. So it'll be Desert Vista and Sabino. Will Nolan Field will have all the action of that 3:30 game. Big left hand denied. Once again, I'll tell you what, I know it's a higher scoring game here tonight, but boy, you got to give a lot of credit to what this freshman has done here today, Gabe Keller. He looks poised in there. He does not look like a freshman playing for the first time at the varsity level here tonight. Yaji with a monster ground ball that time for Salpointe. I'll tell you what, he doesn't come up with that. You got a good chance that Salpointe would have had a big buildup as Sullivan, or rather Campbell, takes a shot with the big right for Salpointe. They lead by 1 over the Mountain Pointe Pride. Fourth quarter action. Salpointe coming in. No wins, 1 loss, only their second game of the season. Mountain Pointe coming in undefeated at 3-0. And at point-blank range, Sullivan is turned away by Sam Ziles. Then almost threw the ball away. Mountain Pointe, we have a stop and play. No, ball came loose. Over into the Pride offensive end as they continue to battle for it. And boy, I like this Pablo Cueva. He is just a tenacious player. He was mixing it up. 99 for the Salpointe Lancers. And then, of course, it is Teddy Sullivan, the attackman, the sophomore attackman, who almost threw that one away, and it was backed up there, Thomas Biaggi. 10-9 lead, Salpointe, fourth quarter action. Approaching the 9-minute mark here. A game that has been back and forth. 7 ties, 7 lead changes. Mountain Pointe, after this game, will be playing Glendale. I believe that game, I want to say, is on Monday. And I know that the next game for Salpointe will be Monday back up here in the Valley of the Sun at Arcadia High School, taking on New Jersey's Lawrenceville. Here's the dodge. He bobbled it with the left hand. Slosser wanted to pull the trigger, and it comes loose, and here's a long clear for the Mountain Pointe Pride. Bring it all the way down. The long stick defender, and could not get it to go Michael Whiteside. It was a good attempt on a great long clear for the Pride. Mountain Pointe's going to get it right back. And now Yansanto Sumter, who can go left or right, and he rifles one in there with the left hand, and he got it to go, and we're tied at 10. Sumter has found the promised land once again for the second time. A 10-10 tie here in the fourth quarter with 8:43 to go. Timeout, Mountain Pointe. Larry Noble, head coach here since 2003. Took about a 3-year hiatus to really develop the lower levels of the Mountain Pointe Pride. We got to stop here on the face-off and give it to Mountain Pointe. Well, they've dominated there, especially in the fourth quarter, 3-0 in face-off wins. And now Sumter, after getting the ball into the box, they will give it up to Machensky, who has scored 3 goals here tonight for Larry Noble's Mountain Pointe Pride, looking to score here. And another great save by the goalie and the freshman, Gabe Keller. Get it up to Cueva. Cueva lost it, but it stays in play, and Salpointe with Schlosser will set up their offense. And now an unforced error gives them more of a 50-50 ball, and the Pride's going to pick it up. So there's a turnover against Salpointe. And now the Pride will attack. Machensky with 3 goals, gets it into the box. Working from right of the crease, the big left hand, another outstanding save by Keller. Now Keller looking for an outlet. He's already cleared one into the offensive half here tonight and tried to rifle that one into some coverage, and it was Pablo Cueva coming up with the clear, and now Salpointe will settle in on their 6-on-6 offense. Both teams with that possession-style offense here tonight. Good look as Sullivan, or check that. Was that Sullivan who came out of X with the pass? I'll tell you, he connects there, and Salpointe probably has an 11-10 lead. Nonetheless, it is Pride ball. They come up with the possession and now throw it away. And it is Sinclair. And Sinclair has had he has just made play after play after play here tonight for that Salpointe defense. Long stick defender. Now the freshman, Gates, over to Sullivan. They'll work it around, and again, settling in on their offense. Let's see if Kevin Campbell can get free here as he attempts to ride this one into the goal area. He will take the shot. Well, I didn't even see him pull the trigger on that thing. And closest to the ball before it goes out of play is Salpointe. Now Sullivan going to work. Oh, he had the freshman out front and could not connect with him. And I think check that was Balsarac. Balsarac couldn't corral that great pass by Sullivan. And now here come the Lancers. And, well, Balsarac got a good feed over to Campbell, and he couldn't get the shot to go. Another save by the goalkeeper, Sam Zealous. Now the Pride looking to take the lead. And a heads-up play by Keller to come out and actually help Chris Sullivan on that play. And now Sullivan with yet another ground ball. He's had a big night defensively, too. Fans wanting a slash call against Mountain Pointe, not going to get it. Here's Sullivan, up ahead, Crownhard, his 5th goal denied. And Sam does it again for the Pride. Tremendous goal play we've seen. We've seen truly some spectacular saves here tonight by both goalies. Now the Pride. Zealous will bring it out. Lead it up ahead. And now the Pride working in a 10-10 tie. Well, we haven't had a score for better than 3 minutes. Salpointe, turnover. Gabe Escobedo. And is able to unload to Campbell. Campbell spins out of the defense, finds someone left of the crease, and they've done it again. And it's the third goal of the night for Gates on an assist play from Campbell. And Salpointe leads it on the 8th lead change of the game. 4:39 on the clock, fourth period action. An unbelievable play by Campbell. And it all started by Gabe Escobedo on the defensive end, coming up with the big ground ball. And then you saw the physicality that Campbell brings. And now Escobedo has another ground ball and a face-off win for Salpointe. The Lancers lead it 11-10 as we are approaching the 4-minute mark here. And they have been led by one of the young guns on their offense, and Jake Gates, one of the freshmen. Gates, and he has it stripped away. Well, you're the hero 1 minute, you're not the next. And Cueva, some good physical defense over there against Elijah Johnson. Pride retained possession. We'll push. We'll give it back to the Pride, trailing by 1. Coming up on the 3.5-minute mark here in regulation play. Here's the dodge starting from way out. And Frank gets it in close, and they score it.
Score number 7, Brennan Rice.
Rice with his second score of the day. Machinsky with 4, unofficially 4 points here. His first assist, he has 3, and we are tied at 11. I'll tell you what, I don't think I've ever called a lacrosse game where we've had so many ties and lead changes. We've had 8 ties and 8 lead changes. And a majority of those came, into the second period. So it has just been nip and tuck from the, right around the 9-minute mark in the second period. So an 11-11 tie here. You're watching Arizona Lacrosse League action on APM Video Sports. We got Salpointe and Mountain Point. We're coming to you from Carl Kiefer Stadium. Carl Kiefer, truly one of the all-time great head football coaches, coached here at Mountain Point for many years. And they named this stadium after him. Well, we got some word exchange here between a couple of players, Rallison and Crownhart. Yeah, they're jawing at each other as they attack left of the crease, and they got another score. Teddy Sullivan. Sullivan putting one into the back of the cage with a blistering shot. And it is now a 12-11 ball game. Teddy Sullivan. And now the Pride coming up with a much needed possession out of faceoff. They have pretty much controlled that here in the fourth quarter. Both teams had 4 face-off wins or possession after face-off in that third period. But here in the fourth, it has been pretty much controlled by Mountain Point. And one reason why maybe they're in this at 12-11 in favor of Salpointe. And what a play! What a job! What an outstanding defensive play by Chris Sullivan. Stripped it away from him, got the ground ball, get it over to the freshman goalie Keller, who makes the outstanding job play as he clears it up to Pablo Cueva and Salpointe. Boy, that is a huge play here, especially if Salpointe can convert with a goal. You get the feeling if Salpointe, as we're approaching the 2-minute mark here, they get another goal, this one might be in the deep freeze. Campbell, he's had a big game here tonight. He slices, he's swimming, he's losing the ball, and tried to pick it back up. The freshman Gates had it for a moment, and now Salpointe and Biaggi, they'll settle it out. Settle in on their offensive half, killing some of the clock. No rush here to take a shot. And just as I say that, Sullivan had a good look. He got the hands free as he was dodging to his left, coming in at a slight angle, and the shot was just off maybe a little bit to the right. But the end result is the Pride hustled back. They were the closest to the end line when the shot went out of bounds. And they get the possession. But this is a big possession here, and they lose it. The ball's picked up here. Salpointe, well, they had it. Balsarac had it.
Walter, be smart.
And now Sumter. Pride might want a timeout right here. Sumter being picked up there by 4 Salpointe defenders and still gets it across the halfway line. What a great clear. And now the Pride want a timeout, and I think that's a good call by Larry Noble. They trail by 1. They want to get a good look here. We talked at length about the fact that these two teams, especially the Mountain Point Pride, they like to settle in. They don't like to rush, but time is not on their side. We're inside of 2 minutes, and they trail by 1. So they really want to work on a play here, and I would imagine Larry Noble's going to pull out one of his best plays that he's drawn up in the offseason. So now Machensky gets it into the box. That'll reset the clock. Good move there. Moving right, spins left. And may have forced that pass. Machensky's got the angle on the ground ball. Who wants it? It's still a live ball. They continue to battle at midfield, and it's the Pride. Well, that's a big-time ground ball, but now it's come loose again. It's Salpointe with a turnover, and here's Teddy Sullivan. He's going to dodge towards the net, and he's got the open net. His second consecutive score, and Salpointe leads 13-11. A clutch defensive play by Salpointe, and the big-time ground ball by Teddy Sullivan. That comes with 18 seconds, and it looks like Salpointe is going to get their first win on our. They were 0-3 last year on our game of the week, and then they started off 0-1 against Chaparral. Keller, the freshman, with another save. And he'll go with the long full field or half field clear. And that is it. It is all over from Carl Kiefer Stadium. What a game we saw here. 8 ties, 9 lead changes, and the Salpointe Lancers win it by a score of 13-11. I don't think you could ask for a better game, an instant classic here on APN Sports. So our final score, 13-11. Lancers with the victory go to 1-1. Mountain Point suffering their first loss of the season. This has been a presentation of the Arizona Lacrosse League and APN Video. Jeff Lowry from Ahwatukee saying good night, everybody.